You've sort of got to prepare yourself pretty well before the wet season. Make sure that you've got everything you need because the river sort of backs up and the house actually becomes sort of an island.
Soon, the river around the homestead will be low enough to let the workers back in for the mustering season. And at this point, there's really only one thing that could go wrong.
Big water coming, Dave. We've had this last bit of rain and I think we're going to get a bit more yet. You know, you can't drive anywhere, so you just got to sit down and...
Flood warning for Friday. The river will come up a fair bit, I reckon.
Yeah, they reckon she's coming big time.
The extra rain has kept the river around the homestead too high for vehicles to cross. And the workers are still on their way.
We got a lot of helicopters there sitting there ready to work and we'd like to see it pulled up soon.
So the moment the sky clears, Milton goes to check the river.
It's nearly a metre high now. It was about 400 this morning. So yeah, it's coming up quick. Been big rain upstream somewhere. See what's going on here.
But he's about to find a more dangerous problem.
You see a big slide mark here where he's been coming in and out somewhere? Obviously there's one big old crocodile been hanging here, so we'll just try and do something with him. He's pulled up here this year in the flood, you know, come down. Mind you, he could be here too, don't worry. Anywhere. Anything that's sort of still on the bank of the river, which we are right at Coolibah, is potentially bloody food for a crocodile, you know? So keep your feet out of the water. We'll go and get a bait for this crocodile.
When the river finally drops, the workers will have to cross it safely. So there's really only one thing to do. It's time to go croc trapping.
We put the bait in here, the crocodile swims in there, and he pulls the bait, and we got him.
The only problem is getting the trap over to the river. But Milton's got that sorted.
Milton sets traps and catches them and removes them, otherwise they eat the stock. The crocodiles, they're pretty common in the river. Yeah, you don't go in the water.
We'll put it half in the water and half out. And the old crocodile will just slide straight in there. That's all we need to do. Oh, we'll get him eventually, one way or another, eh? Either that or he'll get us. Got a crocodile trap in here. Looks like we got one in the trap in here. Best thing is whenever you're mucking around with a crocodile trap, you always have a stick in your hand. Because if a crocodile comes, that's the best thing you can do to him. Hit him on the head.
There's two types of crocs at Coolibah. The man-eating salties and the smaller and harmless freshies.
Just make sure there's nothing outside the trap here first.
So what's Milton got in his trap?
It's only a little freshie, eh? Only a little fella. The salties eat the freshies, eh? Eat me when I come here too. Wee little fella. It's a good indication that it's telling me there's no big saltwater crocodile here because the salty will eat those little freshwater fellas too, eh? Yeah, it's quick, aren't they, eh? There he goes.
Just to be safe, he'll reset the trap because you never know. Hey, Milton?
That's the thing, eh? You never know with them. Last year one nearly got me. But that's another story.
Not so daring, but just as important is the maintenance that needs doing during the wet. Right now, Christina's brother Hamish is trying to fix the station's broken loader.
Once we take the nose cone and radiator off, it's a lot easier.
But the part needed to fix it has been 3 months coming.
As far as, you know, anything for this loader, it's pretty difficult. That's all got to come out of Darwin, and then if they haven't got it, they've got to order it in from Sydney or somewhere, you know. It's pretty terrible, yeah.
Luckily, Hamish has the word the part's being delivered today. But there's still the swollen river in the way.
Now Bluey's wife has come back from Darwin. She's got some parts for us. See, the water's at about 0.8 of a metre. It doesn't look like it's running very quickly, but it is. It's a pretty quick-flowing river. It's obviously too high to get vehicles over.
And Hamish is not convinced that rogue croc has disappeared for good.
No, just the big saltwater crocodiles. Who needs evicting? Hamish, how you going? Good, mate, how are you?
I got some mower blades and a little package that was only one for you there.
That's what I was waiting for, a little package. It's like Christmas when the river's up and you're trying to get stuff over the river. Very exciting, you know? Oh, lovely. It's the right gear. Oh, my worst nightmare now, I've got to go to work.
Armed with his part, Hamish sends the boat on its way.
We need a boat!
Christina's new horses are waiting to be dropped off,
Yeah, come on!
and she needs to cross the river to pick them up.
But it's proving to be a little more difficult than first thought.
Go for
So here's Christina, waiting on this side of the river. She's so excited about going to get her horses, but we can't get across the river because it's up too high.
And with no pilots around, Mrs. Jones is stuck.
Morning, Blue.
Morning.
Oh, are you going across in your boat?
No, why? Do I need a boat?
If we can't get over the river, we won't be able to pick up the horses, so it's kind of a bit touch and go.
But just when all hope seems lost, a timely spare part turns one man into a knight in orange armour.
Hamish comes around the corner with the loader, chucks Christina and little Milton in and takes them over. Well, it is the most gorgeous, sexy, handsome man in the world, but no. He might not look like it, but he comes up with some pretty good ideas. He's a thinker, he's a smart man.
At the homestead, Milton's off to check the water level. And after a long wet, he may be in for a surprise.
That's sort of dropped there now, I reckon. It was about a metre high this morning. Can go down quick, eh? We can just about drive across it.